Welcome to the American Power Hour. I'm your host, Nick Metcalf, and I'm here today with my co-host, Mackenzie. There she is, the greatest co-host in streaming history. How's everyone doing today? It is New Year's Eve. How about that, huh? We made it. We made it to the end of the year. Congratulations to everyone who made it to the end of the year. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. It's the end of 2025, and today's episode of the American Power Hour will be going over, things that happened in 2025, news, stuff that happened, trending things that happened, and I also have the Big Mac from Shake Shack. Didn't even know that was a thing, but I checked it out and saw it was on Uber Eats. It was buy one, get one free. So I have two Big Macs from Shake Shack here. What's up, Zeke Weave? How you doing today, my man? Happy New Year's Eve. Happy New Year's Eve. Tomorrow, it'll be a whole different year, which is pretty exciting. So yeah, I guess we're gonna pop this open. One take, you know the deal. See what we're working with here. Got a couple sauces as well. Shake sauce, I think it's called shake sauce. Smells like a mayo-based sauce. Got a couple different ones here because I also got onion rings. How about that? What's up, Allie Drex? Am I back home? Yes, I'm not in a car right now. And I don't think I would ever decorate a hotel room like this. That would be crazy. That would be something if I got a hotel room and just hung lights in it, and that would be quite the stream. But yes, I'm back home. I've been home for a little bit here. And we're going to be doing, I think today on the food review channel, we'll be doing the top 5 bakeries of all time. What's up, Christy? How you doing today? How was your birthday yesterday? I like the little emote thing you put in the chat. That's pretty cool. What's up, Richard? 87. How are you? LOL. So glad you came. Yeah, I'm here. I'm here, man. 12 viewers right now. Hey, we're gonna pop this open right now. Let's see what these onion rings are working with. I don't think I've ever tried onion rings from Shake Shack. They look good. They smell good. I'll give you guys a little close up here. Looking crispy. Shits are looking crispy, dude. Definitely nice little crisp. Undeniably. Had slight pull through on the onion. That might be user error though. Let's get another bite here and see what this sauce is working with. Like I said, it smells like a mayo-based sauce of some sort. That shack sauce is delightful. Although I will say, I think I messed up. I don't think there's any onion in here. Looks like I'll just have to eat some fried batter. Oh no. It's the end of the year, dude. We made it. We made it. It's the end of 2025, folks. Some people didn't make it to the end of this year. You know, back in the day, they used to do all those memoriams. Is that what it's called? They used to go through like all the people who didn't make it to the end of the year and kind of give them like a, little applause, like great life type deal. But not us, dude. We freaking made it. How about that? Onion ring, pretty good. I would definitely get those again. We have the cheeseburger here, the Big Mac. It's called a Big Mac. They're calling it. I'm assuming it's because there's going to be a patty and then a bun and then another patty with cheese. Christy said Michael had to leave for work in Illinois yesterday, but we had some cake and a small celebration before he left. Not too bad. There you go. It's always good, spending time with loved ones. That's really, and I also wrote a couple things here just to jog my memory on what happened this year, because a lot happened, if I'm being honest. How's everyone doing in the chat here today? Richard said they're in different states. We have them here in Texas, in Grand Prairie, said Allie. Where is Shake Shack? Shake Shacks are everywhere. Shake Shacks are nationwide. New York, I think LA has them too. I believe they are nationwide, yeah. Yeah, LA definitely has them. There was one in Glendale. Right on the corner. Right on the corner of Brand and something else. I think Shaq put his chicken shack right next door to the Shake Shack. Wasn't it called Chicken Shack? Or like Big Shack or something? Yeah, Shaq, the basketball player. He had I think he still does have a chicken spot. If anyone can remind me what that name of the restaurant is. Slipping away right now. C.S. Garcy. Sorry. C.S. Garcy said, hi, Happy New Year's Eve. Hey, Mackenzie. Mackenzie, so people are saying hello. People are saying hello to you. You give them a little bark? You a little bark action back? Christy said, tried putting our trash out for the first time this week. Apparently, I put all our trash in the recycling on accident. Ooh, damn. Yeah, they got a couple different cans. Where they have a blue one and a black one. Christy said, apparently our trash can is blue and recycling is brown. In what world does that make sense? Yeah, usually recycling is blue, isn't it? Usually recycling is blue. I think for us, recycling is blue and then trash is black. I think the black top is the trash. Zeke Weave said big chicken, I think. Yes, I do think that that's what it's called. Big chicken. Green for us, said Richard. Yeah, green would make sense too. Blue, though, I feel like a lot of places use blue for recycling. So I could definitely see that being very confusing. Christy said had to take a walk of shame in this fancy HOA, dragging my recycling can full of trash back to our garbage. Oh yeah, that's the HOAs, the good old HOAs. I got in trouble actually with our HOA because I think trash gets picked up on like Tuesdays maybe or something like that, and like the day after I receive an email with like the can at the end of the driveway. And the cans, like, they're not, I don't know what happened to the garbage cans, but it might be the garbage people. They pick up the garbage, with like the machine, the AI machine, it grabs the garbage and throws it in the back of the truck. The guy here, like, drives, just like picks up I don't think he stops. I don't think the garbage guy here stops. He just like coasts. He picks up the garbage, dumps it while he's still driving, and like I'll find my trash can like halfway down the street. It's like, dude, how is this even possible? The one time I saw one of the wheels from my trash can like rolling down the road, I'm yelling at the garbage guy like, "Hey, get back here! You're stealing the wheel." So now I have to pick up my garbage can every time and walk it down there like a douchebag. C.S. Garcy said, what state do I reside in? I reside in North Carolina. I like it. I like it here. Besides going on trains and whatnot, I'm going to stay away from taking any trains in this area. Because we all know what happened. We're very sad. Let's get into the burger. Let's get into this burger action. I know Mackenzie wants a little bite. And then I have a bunch of cat scratch here written down, which I don't want you guys to see my messy handwriting, dude. It's pretty bad. So I'm going to put it over here. Let's pop this open. See what we're working with here. This is the Shake Shack Big Mac. It smells amazing. Give you guys a little close up. You got a bunch of sauce, it looks like, on there. A bunch of sauce. You got 3 buns, which makes sense for it being a Big Mac. It does appear to be a little sloppy, but I'm not mad. I'm not mad about that, to be honest. You got a toasted bun on top. You'll love to see that. CS Garci said originally from Los Angeles. There you go. Shout out to LA, man. What do you like, North Carolina better? This looks really good. This looks awesome. You got a couple patties on there, a couple pieces of cheese. You got onion, you got pickle, you got some lettuce. Potato buns, they feel like potato buns. Buttered potato buns and toasted. No tomato. I took the tomato off this. If you guys know me, I'm not a big tomato lover. Let's get Mackenzie the first bite. Let's switch to the Kenzie cam. CS Garci said, I love the seasons and the slower pace. Yeah, I love the seasons too. Richard said just needs bacon and jalapenos on that. Yeah, that would be amazing. That'd be awesome. It's funny, I actually almost added stuff to this, but because it was buy one, get one free, whenever you add something to this, like if I add bacon to it, it would have added it to that one too. You know, so it's like a $2 upcharge for a couple pieces of bacon, ends up being a $4 upcharge because they double it up. The way they work the system, that's what happens. But yeah, I was gonna get they have cherry peppers. I love that they have cherry peppers at Shake Shack. I was gonna do cherry peppers and bacon. I don't know if they have jalapenos at Shake Shack. That's a good question. All right, let's get Mackenzie to lay in her blanket. Can Mackenzie lay in her blanket? Can you go lay in your blanket, buddy? There you go. Oh, good girl. What do you think? What do you think here, guys? She catches it? 1 for 1? Oh, 1 for 1. Ending I can't talk, dude. Ending 2025 on a high note. Mackenzie girl. All right, guys, here we go. The Shake Shack Big Mac. This looks exciting. I don't know if I should... Let me rearrange this pickle real quick. What is that, a hair? Is that a hair? No. Nope. Not a hair, just like a microfiber. All right, here we go. Cheese sauce. No, not cheese sauce. Shake sauce. Holy shit. Holy shit, guys. Hold on. Wow. Right off the bat, you're getting that sweetness from the shake sauce. It is similar to like a Big Mac sauce, I think. No relish in it. I think Big Mac sauce usually has relish in there. No relish in this. You're getting sweet and you're getting mayo. Pretty tasty. That's some pretty tasty sauce. Wow. You're getting my mouth is watering. It's like the waterworks going on right now. The patties are juicy. And shit is seasoned. Like I said, nice buttery buns, toasted. This is pretty damn good. You're getting the crunch from the raw onion and the pickle with some tang. With some tang coming through on that pickle. Dude. This is amazing. This is really, really good. I will say, I think since starting doing this the Twitch reviews, this is, I think, this is the best one so far. This is the best thing I've reviewed here on Twitch. What have we done here? We've done a Pizza Hut triple treat box. That was Christmas Eve. We've done Bojangles. We've done McDonald's. We've done What did we do last time? We did Jet's Pizza. That was pretty good. Jet's Pizza is like, I think for me, a close second. Hey, no begging, buddy. You're going to have to go late. You go sit down in your blanket. Can you go sit down? Thank you. Good girl. That's not in your blanket. Can you go late? Can you go sit down in your blanket? Thank you. Good girl. What a good girl. I unfortunately can't give her a piece right now of this, because if I do, then she's going to assume that in order to get a piece, she has to come up to me. And I would love if she just, hung out over there and I could just give her pieces here and there and we could switch to the Kenzie cam. That would be ideal. And we're not using a shock collar to do so, right? Don't need a shock collar. Richard said, oh yeah, you helped convince me to try Skyrocket Burger when you were in Texas. Made a 45-minute drive. Wow, 45 minutes. Was it worth it? 45 minutes. I'm guessing it was probably close to being worth it, if not 100% worth it. Excuse me. Skyrocket Burger was solid. I was happy with that one. That was a good... Richard said, yeah, it was awesome. Yeah, dude, good burger there. Good burger there. A lot of good food in that area. I really do want to go back to that area, and I 100% will. Let's get another bite of this guy. Wow. This is incredible. Holy crap. You can see that is some high quality meat in there. As far as it being like a smash burger, it's not the best smash burger, but as far as it being just a cheeseburger, it's really damn good. Holy crap. This is something I'm going to eat 100% of. I'm going to just completely just destroy this today. Hope you guys are okay with that. It's the end of the year. It's the end of the year. We deserve it. We deserve this. We made it to the end of the year. Mackenzie, you got to go sit down, buddy. People probably love that they can see your little face pop up here in the bottom. Christy said closest one to me is 2 hours away. Oh God. Oh God. Oh my Lord. Megan just texted me, my fiance, and said somebody messaged her and said that she's been talking to me on a trans dating website. And she said she would share the link with me or send a screenshot of the picture because she said that you're trying to meet up with her. Megan said, I almost responded back, oh, honey, my man doesn't do stuff like that. But she said she just ignored it, LOL. That is concerning. That is incredibly concerning. That's a crazy story that just broke here on the American Power Hour. Apparently people are using my face or something, pictures of me on some sort of trans website, and they're trying to link up with people. That is sad, man. That is sad. Boxing CMC boy said wild. Christy said it's Nick Fuentes. Yeah, yeah. Try it. Oh man, that Nick Fuentes video. It's doing good. It's doing good on YouTube. It's doing good on Facebook. If you guys ever want to catch up on the full live streams, I post it on the American Power Hour YouTube and the American Power Hour Facebook. If you want to catch up on the full episodes, like I said, they're there. And then we also have the American Power Hour TikTok, which is just like the shorts, like little clips that I make. That's where those go. But we've been growing. We've been growing like Viagra over here, dude. Not to be crude, but yeah, the YouTube's doing great. Let me check and see what YouTube is at. What does it say? 122 Yeah, 122 subscribers. That's crazy, guys. Thank you so much for all the support on these platforms. We have 632 followers on the American Power Hour Facebook page. And then on Twitch here, let's check out Twitch. I don't know how to see how many followers there is. I think 178, almost 180. Almost 180 followers on the Twitch. Guys, we're closing in on 1,000 followers for the American Power Hour. That's amazing. That makes me so happy. We started this, what? A couple weeks ago, and we almost have 1,000 people who are in on this American Power Hour thing. It's a beautiful thing to see. I'll just say that. C.S. Garci said there are a couple of LA places in North Carolina. Habit Grill in Denver. Yeah, Habit's great. I reviewed Habit Grill. Awesome chicken, or awesome burgers at Habit. I reviewed Habit when I was in New Jersey. So, and then L&L Hawaiian Barbecue. Yes, that one is one that is highly requested. L&L Hawaiian Barbecue. Last time I had L&L, it was in Glendale. I had the L&L Hawaiian Barbecue in Glendale, and it was good. I liked it. So I'm definitely going to check it out at some point here. Christy said follow American Power Hour on YouTube, Facebook, and TikTok. Thank you, Christy. Shout out to you. All right, we're going to get Mackenzie going here. Can Mackenzie go and sit in Mackenzie's blanket? Can you go sit in Mackenzie's blanket? I'll give you a piece. I promise. You got to go sit in Mackenzie's blanket, though. Can you go sit down? Thank you, buddy. No. Okay, that's fine. That works, I suppose. Ooh, a little piece of cheese on this one. Oh, hell yeah. Oh yeah, Mackenzie. C.S. Garci said yum, so you know already. Yeah, those are good spots. I like those spots. Oh, that would have been bad. I had like sauce and something going on. I need to cut my hair, guys. It's starting to get a little ridiculous here, a little too long. It's like in my eyes. When I don't put it up, it's in my eyeballs. It's a real pain in the ass. So yeah, let's talk about 2025. Let me get this bite real quick, though. I am quite hungry. This shit's smack-a-lackin'. I would get this 100% again. 1,000,000%. The potato bun is providing a little bit of sweetness as well. Almost like a comfort pillow. It's like one of them My Pillows, dude. Oh, that shit's hilarious. Dude, someone on Facebook is like, you're not allowed to talk about the stuff you're talking about. You should just be talking about food. Stay in your lane. Blocked. Don't tell me what I can and can't talk about. I will talk about what I wish to talk about. And if you have a problem with it, don't watch it. Straight up. If you're like, hey, I don't like the fact that you're saying that Jeffrey Epstein was a bad person. Don't watch, because I will speak up about stuff like that. That's what I do, man. I speak up and I tell the truth about things. I've been doing it for food for a long time, and now I'll be speaking up and talking about things like the year of 2025, dude. You know, what happened in 2025? The rise of AI. That really came along. That really came along. And robots, dude. I mean, it's almost like Terminator. Terminator's basically becoming our reality. I mean, how many more years until there's robots walking around, policing the streets? We're not far off with how much AI has progressed this year. I mean, what do we think? We're 5 years away from AI robots walking around policing the streets. That's Terminator. We already did a movie about that like 40 years ago. GLP-1s was something big, I think, that happened in 2025 as well, which coincidentally, didn't they already make a movie about that as well? Didn't Stephen King make a movie called Thinner, where like there was a magical pill that everybody could take that just makes them skinny, and then they eventually just like become too skinny? I didn't see the movie. I probably should, but I'm pretty sure that that's the premise of the movie. It's a Stephen King horror movie about like a skinny pill, basically, and people just start like withering away into nothing, which is what most of Hollywood looks like now. Richard said, nah, it was a curse. Oh, okay. Well, there you go. It wasn't a curse, or it wasn't a drug. It was a curse. Thinner. You know, somebody should just remake that movie then, and just instead of a curse, it's just like a drug that people take. That's like half of what Hollywood looks like now. They look like skin and bones. Half these people. It's a little concerning to me, at least, because how far does it go? How many pounds do you have to lose until you say, okay, no more weight loss drug? And then you stop taking the weight loss drug, and you know what happens then? Then it all comes back. Kurzempic, said Christy. That's a good name. That's a good name for a movie like that. And I do understand there are people out there who need it. You know, there's people out there who need something like that because, you know, maybe they're huge, you know, maybe they're to the point of no return, or maybe they have issues, you know, maybe they have medical issues to where their metabolism is just completely shot and they need, you know, a little extra help. I get that. But it seems like in Hollywood, it's like everyone is trying to be like skin and bones. It's pretty unattractive, to be honest. I miss fat people, dude. What happened to fat people? Take it back to the year 2005. Things were better because there was fat people walking around and they would own it. They would own it. Now we have skeletons walking around who are like, yeah, I'm really strict about my diet and I work out super hard. It's like, no, you're taking drugs. Let's call a spade a spade. 2005, man. Fat people. Bring it back. 2025, now we have fake skeletons walking around. That's what I realized, dude. Everything in 2025 is fake. None of this is real. I mean, I gotta be honest, like, the rise of AI. AI's gonna take, like, all our jobs. The skinny pills, fake content, doom scrolling, brain rot. That movie, like Idiocracy, is becoming reality. It's like 2025 was the year that like Terminator, Thinner, and Idiocracy. It's like that's what we're living in currently. Christy said, and then you'll gain it all back because you have no idea how to actually manage the food intake. Exactly. Instead of like learning self-control and learning calories in, calories out, and macronutrients and nutrition, there's just a pill, dude. Why would you want to learn? Why would you want to learn and have self-control when you could just take a pill? Christy said, then they get a BBL and sell their glute workout routines. Exactly. That's the way it goes. Zeke Weave said, but it don't help that TV show promote obesity. Also like My 600-Pound Life and others. Yeah, what's the deal with that, dude? Think about that for a second. 600-Pound Life, what's going to happen to that show? They want to hop on the drug too. They want to get on the skinny pill too. You can't have 600-Pound Life with a 100-pound person. Doesn't sell. I wonder if in their contracts, I'm sure like somewhere in their contracts, it's like, listen, you can't get skinny. You can't get in shape. Don't be ridiculous. We need you for this TV show. We got McDonald's in the break room. Go have yourself a milkshake. Put down that GLP-1. You need to be 600 pounds for people's entertainment. Don't be ridiculous. Yeah, man, back in 2005, things were different, man. I wouldn't be playing with AI and fake things, fake content with doom scrolling and brain rot. Kids had Tamagotchis, dude. Like, if you forgot to feed your Tamagotchi, it would starve to death. Like, that taught me responsibility. You know? This is back in 2005. Responsibility isn't really a thing in 2025. It's all fake. Everything is fake. We used to go to Blockbuster with friends and family. And we used to spend time like picking out a movie because it was important. You know, things used to have more importance in 2005. Now we have endless streaming options, endless content, Netflix, Hulu, Tubi, Paramount, Peacock. Each one's like 15, 20 bucks a month, and now we're all paying more money. Cut the cords, it'll be cheaper, it'll be easier. Now we're all paying more money. And it's less meaningful. There's less meaning behind what we watch now. All of our attention spans are completely zapped. So we try to like find a movie now on Netflix or Hulu. You end up spending more time finding something than you do actually watching it. You get 5 minutes into it and you're like, it's really not that good. There's so many other options out there. Let's just find a new one. And then you spend the entire night going through all the different streaming platforms just to land right back on the same old shitty show you love to watch every single night. You end up landing back on American Pickers or House Hunters, Finding Bigfoot. You end up just throwing on the old thing that still has meaning to it, that you could put on and just feel good. Bring back the old days, dude. What else happened in 2025? The Epstein files. That was huge. That was like really one of the biggest stories of 2025. And because of the Epstein files and how our government managed that whole situation, people have less trust in our own government now than ever before. Back in 2005, like, we used to have trust in our government. You know, they would tell us that like terrorists are doing terror things and we have to go and blow them up. And Americans would be like, yeah, let's go do that. Let's go blow up those people. And we were like unified as a country. It was nice. You know, it was nice to have meaning and to have purpose. And now we look back at stuff like that and we're like, wait a second. Was all that real? Was any of that real? Did they actually have weapons of mass destruction? Is any of this real? Yes, Richard. That truth ain't ever coming out. Christy said way less good movies these days, in my opinion, too. Yeah, everything seems to be watered down. Everything seems to be like a watered down version of what it used to be. 2025, the year of bringing movies back that we never should have brought back. They've been doing that for years, though. Instead of coming up with new creative ideas, new fun things, you get Home Alone 6, you know? I'm sure you guys in the chat will know more movies off the top of your head where it's like, dude, we didn't need to make another version of that movie. We could have just left that one as the good movie memory that it was. Instead, now I'm tainted with this. I Know What You Did Last Summer. The new I Know What You Did Last Summer. You didn't have to do that. You didn't have to bring back Freddie Prinze Jr. and make him the killer. He was fine. He was fine in the first one. He wasn't the killer. He was just a good guy. You didn't have to make that movie. And I'm sure that there's 8 million other movies. I didn't write down any of them here that I could think of. I don't love the begging, Mackenzie. I get that you want a piece. Is there any way you can go lay down? Can you go lay down? Thank you, buddy. No, you gotta lay down. Thank you. Chrissy said, honestly, I feel like movies have been going downhill since COVID. Yeah. Yeah, something big is going on in the movie industry. I truly do believe that it's like collapsing before our very eyes. I think that with AI content coming, you'll be able to create your own movies and have you be the main person in the movie. Like they'll come out with a movie and then with the main character you just upload your face or whatever it may be, and you're the main character of the movie. Everything is going to be CGI, AI. CS Garcia said live action movies, yuck. Yeah, no, I think everything will be AI, and it's just going to completely dilute entertainment in general. I think it's one of the main reasons why live streaming is blowing up. Because let's be honest, like you can tune in and actually have a conversation with somebody, like a real life conversation, and movies aren't as engaging. Like you put on a movie and you're kind of like, all right, I kind of want to ask a question about this movie. Like, do I talk to the person next to me? Do I pause it? What do I do? But with live streaming, it's just kind of, it's like a one-on-one conversation with somebody. And that's why the IRL live streamers are getting so big as well, because people are like doing things in real life. They're going to a water park and live streaming it, and a lot of people would rather watch that than actually go to a water park, which is wild. I'm just here to observe, dude. I just observe what's going on, pay attention to the stats. Richard 87 said movies are filled with the message. There's always something that they're trying to push on the people. Christy said, please tell me you saw the woman who thought her therapist loved her, then basically made ChatGPT her boyfriend / new therapist. No, that's nuts. Yeah, ChatGPT, people love... There's a lot of like schizophrenic people who are going to get really caught up in the ChatGPT thing. Mackenzie, buddy, can you go lay down? Can you go lay down? You got to go lay down. You're a good girl. You are. And you deserve this piece. Switch to the Kenzie cam. Ooh, that's a drop. That's a drop. What do you 1 for 2 now? 50%? Gonna have to get those numbers up. Mackenzie. I didn't see that specific story, Christy, but I'm not surprised. You know, like that's what's gonna happen. Speaking of schizophrenic, 2025, you have schizophrenic YouTubers doing more investigating on crimes than Kash Patel, who I believe is the director of the FBI. I didn't look that up. I just pulled that out of my memory bank, which sometimes is wrong. So if Kash Patel is not the director of the FBI, please let me know. You know, Kash Patel's too busy, dude. Kash Patel's too busy to do real investigations because he's doing the podcast tour. He's got to get that FaceTime out on the largest podcasts in the world. You know, him and his girl, they're doing the podcast tour. I think they're trying to sell some books. I can't blame them for trying to make money. I mean, that's the main reason why people get into the government, I think, is to make money. You know, he's like, oh, what Epstein? Epstein? Who's Epstein, dude? Are you serious? You're still talking about Jeffrey Epstein? Just go to my YouTube channel. I have some great recipes for the juiciest rump roast that you'll ever put in your mouth. It's the juiciest rump roast. Jeffrey Epstein? Come on. That's not real. Another thing that goes to show you, this whole year has been fake. It's been a fake year, dude. Richard said he's dating an Israeli plant too. Can't make this up. Damn, I haven't looked into that. Richard. I've not looked into that. I have heard rumors, though, of a honeypot type of situation going on. Every time I see Cash Patel, I'm like, dude, there's something wrong. There's something like you look into his eyes, you stare right into his soul. And I don't know what's going on in there, man. Seems like a robot sometimes, honestly. Like someone has their hand like up his ass and he's like getting controlled or something. It's pretty crazy, man. Um, yeah, I mean, that's basic. I think a lot of people, in 2025 just kind of turned into like depressed and anxiety filled skeletons, laying on their couch, drugged out, doom scrolling as they slowly lose any purpose or reason to be alive. It's crazy, man. People are spending like 10 hours on average, 10 hours of screen time per day. 10 hours. How many hours are you even awake for? A lot of people sleep for like 8 hours. That means like the majority of people's time is spent looking at a screen. That's crazy. Well, almost the majority of time that they're awake, they're looking into a screen. Back in my day, back in 2005, we used to have a TV in the corner or on a wall in a house, and like the family would congregate around, pick their spot on the couch. What are we watching tonight, Dad? You know, today's Tuesday. We'll throw on American Idol. We're still in the first round of American Idol. We get to watch Simon Cowell make fun of all these idiots. We get to see Randy say dog. Randy. Shout out to Randy, man. What was his name? Randy something? It wasn't Ruben Studdard, was it? Ruben Studdard, what was that? Season 2 winner? Season 2 Season 2 runner-up, Ruben Studdard, I think. Christy said waiting on new episodes every week for your favorite shows was peak entertainment. It was amazing. It was the best. You would go to work every single day, or I would go to school, and you would talk about it. Everyone would be on the same page. Everyone would be like, did you see what happened last night on 24? Jack Bauer, is he dead? What happened to Jack? Is he going to crack the case? Like that was life back in the day. It was simple. 2025, water cooler talk. Now you go to the water cooler, or you go to school, and everyone's segmented. Everyone is watching something completely different. 2005, your family used to sit around the TV and have actual conversations with each other. Now families sit in their own separate rooms and have screens glued to their faces. And if they do come downstairs and watch TV with the family, they're staring at their phone. They're not getting half the shit that happens in the show. They're missing the little details. They're missing all the things that make watching TV with your family great. People treat TV like it's background noise now. And that ties back around to my original point of you put on the TV and you spend like an hour looking for something, and you end up just putting on the same old shit you always watch, because at the end of the day, you know damn well you're going to be doom scrolling on your phone. You're not watching the TV, dude. It's all the way over there in the corner. Get closer to my eyeballs. You can't beat a cell phone in your eyes like that. Sometimes with this TV setup here, with this Twitch thing, I have like the computer jacked into the TV so I can actually see things when I'm streaming. And recently, sometimes I'll sit very close to the TV. I'm like, hey, I get it now. I kind of like this, having a screen right in my face. Oh, man. So yeah, back in the day, that was back in the day, 2005. What happened to us? 20 years. 20 years ago, everyone used to be on the same page. And now everyone's just fragmented in their own little corners of the internet. Richard said Breaking Bad may be the last show almost everyone saw. You might be right on that. I can't think of another one that came out after that where everyone was watching it. You know, is there anything now that... What about that Marty McFly guy? Marty McFly. Was he like a ping pong player or something? Marty McFly, the ping pong player. It has that rapper, Tim Chalamet. Anybody hear about that one? Stranger Things, said Richard. I opted out of Stranger Things very early. I watched season 1, and you can kind of tell, you know, the direction that it's going to go. And I realized, like, okay, every season is going to be more of this very similar thing. It's not that I didn't like it. I just thought it was for kids. It just seemed like a kid's show to me personally. But this year they're getting a lot of backlash, apparently. Mackenzie, you're crazy. This girl's crazy. Hey, can you go lay down, buddy? I know. She'd give me that look. She's looking deep into my soul. Christy said, did Trying Shit Across America officially start this year, or was that the ending of 2024? That was actually the ending of 2024. I took the first ever trip. I think it was like November 18th, around there. Excuse me. Mackenzie, can you go sit down, buddy? Can you go sit down? Thank you. No. Okay. All right, I'll take it. You're a little close, but you did listen. You did listen. I didn't say go to your blanket. Let's get you a piece, just because I love you. Switch to the Kenzie cam. That was a bad throw. That's my bad. I'll take full accountability on that, Mackenzie. I apologize. There's some on the wall, dude. Let's see if she sees it. Her face, dude. There's some more over there. It's right there. It's right in front of your face, buddy. You guys can see it, right? You can see the little wall food. The little oh, she smells it. Let's see if she gets it. It's right there. It's right there. It's right there. Hey. Hey. Dude, why clean your walls when you just have a dog? Take care of it, you know? Zeke Weave said, food must be really good today. Yeah, dude, it is. Today's the best food day for American Power Hour. Man. This shit's smack-a-lackin'. I've held this in my hand for, what, a half hour now? And it's still delightful. Still delicious. I'm glad that it was buy one, get one free. I think it was like $36 for the cheeseburger and the onion rings. And it was buy one, get one free. So I got the extra cheeseburger. But like I said, $36. I always, when I do this, I pay the extra like $3.99 priority delivery with Uber Eats. I tip a few bucks too. What do you guys tip? That's a good question. What do you guys tip on delivery services? Like if you order Uber Eats, do you always tip like 25% no matter what? Or are you tipping like $3? I'm more of like a $3 to $4 type of guy, unless it's a big order. If it's a big order, changes, obviously. Christy said Uber Eats is always so much more expensive than DoorDash, in my opinion. Zeke Weave said at least $5. That's very nice of you, Zeke Weave. You know, it's something I talked to Megan about. I was like, I hope in 2026 I can increase the amount that I tip. I would love to do like instead of doing like $3 to $4, I would love to do like Zeke Weave is doing. You know, out here leading by example, tipping $5 at least. That's a wonderful thing. Um, I get pissed off though at all the fees. All the fees. I have like the premium Uber subscription or whatever, and I think today I still paid $6 in fees. That wasn't tax. A separate thing from tax. Crazy. Christy said, I tip depending on how far they have to drive rather than how expensive it is. That's a good one, too, yeah. That's a good way to do it. Zeke Weave said, if I go out to eat, it's always 20% or more, though. That's fair. That's fair. I'm right there with you, you know? You're getting good, especially if it's good service. You're getting, getting taken care of, water refilled, stuff like that. But even if it's like bad service, I still end up tipping, you know? If it's bad service, like if they never come to the table or something, you still end up tipping, 10, 15%. But yeah, when people go above and beyond, you can't beat that. Christy said, I promise DoorDash has less fees. Yeah, I got to use DoorDash more. I have the DoorDash premium option thing too. Both are, like $10 a month or something, but luckily for me, it's a write-off, which is pretty cool. Yeah, a little write-off action for that premium subscription because I use it. I use it for work. This is work. This is work right now. Richard said, I don't even do food delivery anymore. It's robbery. It is 100% robbery. I agree. Christy said, Michael and I have sat and compared the two delivery service price before. Unless there's coupons, Uber Eats is always at least $5 to $10 more. Yeah, so every time I do this stream and I order food, whether it's I've used DoorDash a few times, I used Uber Eats a few times, and always I order from a place that has a coupon. If you're paying full price for stuff on DoorDash or Uber Eats, you're getting cocked, dude. Like they just charge more for the actual food item, and then you're also paying more for the service fees. It's bad. It's bad. So if there's no buy one get one free thing, or sometimes they do 10 off 30, $10 off 30, or $5 off 20. I always try to make sure that there's some sort of deal, because you use the deal and you almost get close to the actual price of what it is. A couple more bites here with this burger, and like I said, it's been delightful. This has been a phenomenal meal. The onion rings too. They had a few different sauce options. They had ranch, they had honey mustard, they had barbecue, and then they had Shack sauce. And I was like, you know what? Let's go Shack sauce. I'm getting Shake Shack. Let's try out some sauce. Try out some shake sauce. Damn, man. I'm still like, wow. This is really good. What's everyone doing for dinner tonight? New Year's Eve. Megan wants to do Chinese food, which I was in agreement. This morning. I was like, let's do Chinese food. It sounds good. It's like we've done it before on New Year's Eve. A lot of people, I think, do Chinese food on New Year's Eve. It's just like a thing. But man, now there's an extra cheeseburger here, and this is a big burger. Like I could eat this and be good. Be good for, until tonight. Like I'm not gonna eat again until probably maybe if we stay up late. Like I said last time on the stream, I was like, maybe I'll get a Diet Mountain Dew or something. Anyone have any crazy plans? We don't have any crazy plans, just more hanging out, family time. Christy said, I had all these big plans, but since Michael is out of town, probably just something simple. Yeah, you got to watch the balls drop. That's what do they do? What channel do they do that on? I think it's on every channel, isn't it? Is there only one ball, or are there multiple? Do multiple balls drop, or is it just one ball? Like, does each city have their own designated balls, or is it just like a New York City thing? Does anybody know? Why the hell are we dropping balls too? What's the significance of that? I should have looked that up before doing this New Year's Eve stream. Does anybody know? Why are we dropping balls? Why? Who came up with, who's like, you know what we should do? We should drop a big old ball. Lady Lindsay. What's up, Lady Lindsay? Dang, Chinese does sound really good. No idea what we're having yet. Yeah, some like General Tso chicken, maybe some orange chicken, some gochujang sauce or something. Sriracha. Oof. Little soy sauce packets, the little yellow mustard, the spicy yellow mustard, where it cleans out your sinuses. Christy said each city reaches the age of balls dropping. That is something. I didn't know that. I didn't know that each city has their own balls that they drop. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. I wonder if other countries look at the U.S. and they're like, what are they doing for their New Year's? There's this giant ball, and they're dropping this. What is it supposed to be, like a bomb, like an atom bomb or something? Grim Jong-un said gochujang mentioned. Yes. Yes, I bought a bottle of gochujang sauce. It's in my fridge right now. I'm really excited to use it. I got like rice too, a little bit of basmati rice with chicken breast, gochujang, a little bit of broccoli in there, maybe some onion. Excuse me. I love when people get pissed off when I say jalapeno, but jalapeno, like those two are interchangeable for me. It's the same exact word, and some people are like, "Oh my god, I can't believe that you're a food reviewer and you don't know how to say jalapeno. Who in their right mind would ever trust this guy?" It's like, dude, dude. Christy said, we found a cheap Chinese place near us that purposefully overstuffs their crab rangoons. That sounds awesome. That sounds really, I love a good crab rangoony, you know? Nice crispy outer exterior, nice soft, warm, tender, succulent, cream cheesy center. Oh my lord. And that sauce that they give you too, what is that sauce they give you? Some sort of like sweet and sour sauce? I don't even know half the time. Half the time I'm just in some sort of like crab rangoony dreamland as I stuff as many as I can in my mouth before Megan gets in there. No, we always split it. Crab rangoons are the best, said Zeke Weave. They are. Sensually discussing crab rangoons. Yo, the crab rangooners rise. Dude, I am... That's great, man. I'm definitely a crab rangooner. That's you can put me in that category. Mackenzie wants one last bite. I want one last bite. That's a big piece. You gonna be able to eat all that? Switch to the Kenzie cam. See what's going on here. Can you go sit down in Mackenzie's blanket? Can you go sit down in Mackenzie's blanket? You gotta go over there. All right. Ooh, she caught it. She caught it. Mackenzie is a goat, dude. Great at catching stuff. All right, last little bite here. Last big bite here, I should say, of the cheeseburger as Mackenzie looks at me with those puppy eyes. Man. Grim Jong-un said, "Where's the shock collar, Mr. Streamer?" Yeah, I know. I know most of the big streamers on Twitch, they use a shock collar on their dog just to keep the dog in frame, which is crazy. Which is crazy, dude. A shock collar? If you can't look at your dog and say, "Hey, go sit down. Go lay down." You know, calm down a little bit. And they don't listen to you, I mean, that's on the owner, dude. If you have to electrocute your dog, that's something, huh? All right, guys, I don't think I have too much more here. We are closing in on the 1 hour mark here. I think we went over everything that was big in 2025. You know, oh, there was another, yeah. I mean, the rise of AI, the GLP-1, thin drugs, brain rot, doom scrolling. The biggest soiree in 2025 was that, yeah. Biggest soiree. I was really trying to really think, like, what was the biggest spectacle of 2025? What's the thing that everybody, looked at and was like, wow, this is quite the party. This looks like quite the soiree. Fireworks, light shows, celebrity guest appearances. Christy said those astronauts that were stuck in space came back this year. Hey, that's huge. That's good. That's awesome. Did Elon Musk save them or something? And I'm not sure if this is real. I don't know if this is real. So if somebody can fact check me on this, that'd be great. Didn't their administration not want to let Elon Musk save the people that were in space before the election because they thought that it would give credibility to Elon Musk and who he wanted to win the election? I think that was like a real thing. I believe. Again, I could be wrong completely. I'll always tell you guys when I think I could be wrong, because that's not something I did too much research on. Just something that I've heard in the echo chamber of social media. Christy said, "I heard the Egyptian planes saved them." Actually, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised. Like I was saying before, the biggest soiree, the biggest party. It seemed, like I said, the biggest party, the Erica Kirk thing. When I think of like big parties in 2025, fireworks, light shows, celebrity guest appearances on stage, like, dude, those were like bangers. Those were legit, like, party of the year type of events. Those were events, dude. You talk about a soiree, those are something else. Like, I kind of like, I was like, man, that almost looks fun. It almost looks like people are having a really fun time. Crazy party. Zeke Weave said, Google says the claim that Joe Biden did not want to save the astronauts before the election is part of a political controversy, but the mission timeline was determined by NASA due to technical issues with the Boeing Starliner spacecraft, not a political decision to abandon the astronauts. Gotcha. Somebody said, Grok, is this true? Yo, that's hilarious. Grok, is this true? So Zeke Weave said, but I doubt that's true. Yeah, so they're saying that they didn't go save them because NASA issues with the Boeing Starliner spacecraft. Does Elon use NASA? I'm not sure. I don't know. I don't think I didn't. I wasn't under the impression that Elon was using NASA to save them. Maybe he was, but I thought that Elon was using like his own means. I thought Elon was using his own means to save the astronauts. Again, I could be wrong on that, but I'm almost positive that Elon Musk himself on the Joe Rogan podcast told millions of people that the previous administration wouldn't let him complete that mission and had to wait for the new administration to come in. But maybe he couldn't do it under the previous administration because of the NASA timeline in which you mentioned. Maybe that's the reason for the reason, right? So, yep, 2025, nothing is real anymore. Not even daycares are real anymore. Why does anybody have a job, dude? What are you doing having a job when you can just start up a daycare and funnel millions of dollars into your bank account? What are we doing here? If you can't beat them, join them, right? Christy said the TikTok shutdown panic. Oh, yeah, the TikTok shutdown panic. You know, it was funny. I never really thought about that. It always seemed to be like a political thing to me, and that it was never really going to go anywhere. You know, they said that it was like Chinese people were stealing our data or something, and they didn't do anything about it for like what, years, dude. Trump was in office in what, 2020, and they were like, China's stealing our data, and they didn't do a damn thing about it. That's how big of a concern it was, is that they didn't do anything about it for years. It seemed to be political drama. What's the word I'm looking for? Theater. There it is. Political theater. As far as the TikTok thing. I mean, you had old people who have no idea what TikTok is and have never downloaded TikTok, and old people were like, China's brainwashing our youth. It's like, dude, you don't even have TikTok. What are you talking about? What are you talking about, man? And if you knew what Facebook and Instagram and YouTube and Google were doing, you would have a heart attack, old man. Christy said Minnesota daycare fraud is wild. Yeah, it's well, yeah, we talked about that on last week's show. I believe it was last Friday. That video on YouTube has 570 views already, I believe. It's been like the biggest story going. Yeah, we talked about that on Friday, and it's sad. And it's not just in Minnesota. It's across the entire country. This is a country-wide issue. Christy said that must have been when I wasn't in the stream. Oh, yeah, you're right. Yep, that was probably that day. Yeah, I did the whole stream on it. I talked about the whole thing going on in Minnesota with the Somalians, along with other people as well. There was a couple of fellas from Philadelphia who decided to start up a fake daycare in Minnesota while they were living in Philadelphia. And their fake daycare in Minnesota was funneling hundreds of thousands of dollars to their personal bank accounts in Philadelphia. So this isn't, the Republican take would be, we got to deport all the Somalians. And it's like the Democratic, take would be, there's nothing going on here. There's nothing to see here. What do you mean, fraud? And I think the majority of people are in the middle, where they're like, hey, there's an issue here. with how people are so easily allowed to get these funds and commit fraud. The exact quote from the guys from Philadelphia who were doing it was too easy not to do it. That's the issue is how easy it is to get these funds and how easy it is to commit fraud. Fraud shouldn't be easy, dude. People that can't speak English shouldn't be allowed to come into our country and scam like that. Like there is some sort of issue. There needs to be reform, right? With how people get the funds, how people receive their child care service government funds. Because the way it works right now is people who can't speak English can come into our country and commit fraud and steal millions of dollars from American taxpayers' wallets. It's disgustingly easy to do so. That's why I said it's all fake, dude. Why even have a job anymore when you can just open a daycare? Don't have any kids to put in the daycare? Doesn't matter. You don't need... Why would you need kids in a daycare? That's ridiculous. Come on now. All you need is a sign, and who cares? You could put anything on the sign. You could put Quality Leering Center. Learning? No. You don't need to spell things right. Come on, this is America. You don't need a job. You don't need kids in your child care facility. Don't be ridiculous, dude. Just scam. Because if you can't beat them, join them. Right? That's the American way. All right, guys. We are an hour. I've been yapping these little lips for an hour and 13 minutes here. So I think we're going to head out. It's Wednesday, December 31st, New Year's Eve. I hope everyone has an awesome, safe New Year's Eve. Don't do anything crazy out there. You know, if you're going to do something crazy, don't post it online, right? You don't want to get caught up in anything too bad. So, Grim Gong Jong-un. See you next year, Crab Gooners. Shout out to all my Gooners, Crab Gooners out there. Thank you to everyone who's able to join on year one. We're year one here. 2025 American Power Hour. That was the year it started. 2 weeks ago. So if you're here, thank you. You're early. I'll tell you that. So thank you, Christy. See you next year. Shout out to Grim Jong-un. Shout out to Christy. Shout out to Zeke. Shout out to anyone else here recently in the chat. Lindsay, Lady Lindsay. Shout out to you. Shout out to Richard87. Thank you for being here. And yeah, like I said, if you're ever wanting to catch up on full episodes, head to the American Power Hour YouTube and the Facebook. You can see the full episodes there. Thank you guys so much. Mackenzie wanted to say goodbye. Mackenzie? Are you alive, buddy? Yo, that would suck, dude. Could you imagine? Okay, good. Okay, good. Just had to make sure. We wanted to make sure you're going to make it to the end of the 2025. If you made it at the end of 2025, congratulations. And thank you so much for being here, guys. See you next year. All right. Peace.